Hello, how are you guys? A little more cheerful than what my weather tells me. I have to say, I am back in the summers of my childhood. I should have done my mamas so that I could have done the Carpenter song, Rainy Day and Mondays Always Get Me Down Again. It was another really rainy day, cloudy and rainy from start to finish actually today. Most of the days have been kind of starting out cloudy, but then they usually have a few hours of sunshine. There was a few hours of warmth today, so I did have a little tiny walk. We have a new little calf, so cute. I'm not sure if I told you guys that or not, but oh my gosh, he's so adorable. So yeah, so I kept mom and him back, or her, I'm not even sure. I half the time I call her and half the time I'm calling her him. Anyways, I'm Lori LaRose. I have Active Stamping. Gonna make a card tonight. Gonna bring in some gum boots. So I have been the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 23 years of lots and lots of different stamps. I'm just in the kind of the process of actually getting things a little bit organized. It's taking an army of friends to help me make this a more functional room. And I had my sister-in-law over this weekend, and so that was really awesome. She actually helped me. Well, initially I was getting her to help me with just a couple storage ideas, and then I think my desk was really bugging her, so we got that all cleaned away. So when I pop it down, and I have had a bit of frog in my throat for a couple 3 days, so pardon me, I'll be hands the time. I'll try not to be too much. Anyways, I have a couple pardon me, I have a couple. Hi Marlene, is it cloudy in Calgary? I have a couple things colored already, so the whole thing should be a little bit faster than not. Yeah, I actually am looking up, it is taking an army. I've got a couple different friends that did a couple things with me, and then I had a friend that helped me do a couple more things from that process. And like I said, now my sister-in-law was helping me do a couple more things. So super active, let's say. Okay, let's get going. We'll start. I'll pop you down, and here we go. And yeah, look at that table. That you can even see it is amazing, hey? All right, pull this in. See, put that aside so it's not totally sneaking peeking. All right, so I'm gonna work with flowering rain boots because I had to turn on the furnace today, for goodness sakes. How crazy is that, hey? It really has just been a steady cool. But I did, like I said, I got out with my gum boots and went walking for a few minutes. My puppy was appreciative of that. He's not really a puppy, but anyways. Okay, a couple days ago, I was trying to find you these guys. Oh, I was like, why was I trying to find you that? So many fun things. This guy here is what I was looking for. So somewhere still, I have this little fella sitting amongst a whole bunch of these flowers. And I didn't find that yet, but I did find this set that I quite like with a couple different sets of words. So I thought, well, when I found that at the bottom of a pile, I thought, well, I'll bring that in for you. I was really happy with the way this turned out. 92% sure this was Friday's Cocktail and Cards. So if you want to see how we did that, with a little sneak peek of that, so that it looks like they're actually in the cup, you can watch that. Okay, this is one of my favorite sets, by the way, right now. I've used it a few different times, but we're gonna bring in this Rainboots because it is a gum boot kind of day. This is an old set. I am very much into using what we have and shopping your stash. I have a really fun group, a community that we work with. We're currently traveling the world. A couple years ago, I think we did Canada. That was super fun. And actually it's funny because one of my girlfriends, Anne, who got me started in the cleaning process, she is now living in one of the, okay, I gotta think which color I want these to be. Yellow would be a good classic color. I'll sneak peek a little tiny bit. I'm going to try, I don't know why. I don't know if this is really going to work, but flowering rain boots. And then I was thinking of bringing in some drinks because why wouldn't you drink on a rainy night? And so I've got these guys from another night that I made cards and I didn't actually finish the cards. And so with that color combination, what color should my rain boots be? Because I was going to go yellow. I could go, honestly, I love having a starry sky blue, so I could do like blueberry, but I'm thinking now with these colors, what colors should I have as boots is a question that I'm trying to think. And then, what was I saying about Anne? Oh, Anne's living in one of the towns that actually we visited on our Canada cross-country tour. And in a couple, 3 weeks, I'm heading over to St. Casimir, Quebec, which was another stop that we had. I'm going really. But yes, next month we continue on. So if you are interested in sparking your creativity with destination-inspired challenges, colors, and inspiration, please join us in my community. Like I said, we have a small club. It's a kind of a subscription paid situation, $50. You can join from anywhere in the world, actually. I have to figure out how to get your money, but basically it's $50. We have a weekly Zoom class, and sorry, I'm just thinking color still. So I am pausing as I'm saying. So this is, I feel like it might be Pool Party. I can't remember what color I made that. Seems awfully light for summer splash. I like red. I like the idea of a blueberry. I like yellow, but I'm not sure about any of those with this color. Do you know what? I have, and this is a nice little thing for you guys. There's a thing called, what is it called? Ink. My Create Ink. colorlab.com kind of thing. And it will tell me if I can figure out what these colors are. I have, oh gosh. Sorry. So I don't, it's really bad when I'm not really sure of the colors I have there. And then you can search, so you can stick a couple colors in, you can do it. So I could do Blueberry Bushel Boots, it says it would work, and so would Daffodil Delight. But I feel like there's too much yellow. Do you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to do Lolly. We'll stamp them once in Lolly. I can stamp them again in another color, because I can use them in this color for certain. Sorry, I was like lollygagging there. Anyways, when you are stamping with the photopolymers, and especially in a solid image like this, you should have a foam that you stamp on. I'm going to stamp him, hopefully. Ooh, he'll be so nip and tuck. I'm going to stamp him just in there. I guess I'm just stamping him once. All right, all right. I don't need to stamp him upside down then. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. And I'm pressing pretty good because he's solid. And I am going to leave it there for a nano. Oh, do you know what? I thought, oh, that makes me sad. Right on live TV. How sad. Do you see? When I was stamping him, I thought, he looks dirty. It's probably Blueberry Bushel or Starry Sky. I don't think he went away totally dirty, but I will say this about yellows. A, it shows up. I get that that's half of it. But I think the biggest thing is that any little tiny bit of staining. In the old days, we all had gotten, I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 23 years. Remember I said that? Oh yeah, so that's not even good. And, okay, one way to get around this, to clean it up, is actually to turn this guy over, to have your back, your blank, and you can pick up some of that ink. And I'm just going to, so see, he's not going to be bad after. So the color's not going to really transfer through, so that's good. So I'm just going to go give this a quick little rinse because he's a wreck right now. Hang on one quick second, guys. It is possible that he got a little bit of a spit and shine clean instead of a good cleaning, but it's also possible that he was just a smidgen stained, although I think he was probably not cleaned very well. Let's see if he does not pick up the blue. 100 years ago, stamping, I feel like he might have had still some water on him, actually. Let's see how he turns out. That's pretty good. He's got quite a bit of white spaces, hey? So So that's probably quite accurate. I don't think that's going to be dynamic enough, though. I'm not even sure that this is going to work, but I was not thinking that that was going to work. Do you know what I think might be cute? Although, I'm not sure that I could find it the other day. Pretty flamingo? That doesn't make sense. What is flirty flamingo? Pardon me. I was like, it's not pretty flamingo. Where's my brain going? Oh, I need a piece of paper though. Sorry. Oh, wait, I have paper right here. Yay. All right. That's actually not as bad as I thought. If I do it still kind of dirty with yellow, it won't wreck my pink, but it'll make it a little bit orangier than just a straight flirty flamingo. I believe that part of my drink is flirty flamingo. Let's see how this goes. Anyways, I had 3 stories going on already, sadly. Oh, you know the other color that might look great? Oh, that's fantastic. I might not like that though still because it might be too close. Do you know what I think will be fun? I just happened to glance over and see this. Berry Burst is going to be awesome. Now, is my Berry Burst... So as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I have old stamp sets. I have foam. I have fabric. I have new. I have old. I have so many. So many different stamp pads. So I actually have 2 storage units. So then I always have to think, okay, I am actually going to clean this. Hang on, I have... From yesterday, I was actually busy cleaning off all the stamps. I put them all away. I found them all. You'll be happy to know. I am missing, okay, full disclosure, I'm missing a couple of my dies. Oh, and then one's there. The strawberry's there. Oh, you know what? Just as I was about to say that to you, I'm missing this die, and they're right here in the cup. It's being stored very safely. Just as I said that, I was like, oh, I couldn't. I'll have to tell my sister-in-law. I'll be like, oh, you know those dies that we were holding the stamp set out for? Yeah, I found them, and she'll be happy, I think. Oh, okay, so a little bit of pressure because of it being quite a solid image. I think this is going to be good. Maybe not. Like I said, maybe this one might be the nicest. Plus, I'm not really sure how I'm going to work this, but I feel like it's rainy and we need something like this. These do have dies. I actually, in this case, have them stored right here. But I think it'll be just about as fast just to quickly cut through them and go from here. So lots of years ago, we had silver craft ink, and it was really, really pretty ink. I actually kind of wish that they would come back out with gold and silver ink. This is funny because I stamped that 3 times and it's moist from all the ink on the other side. So it's not cutting as crisp as it should. It's kind of funny to me. I think this, if I decide that I need yellow, I think it might need to be done in the daffodil just to be a little stronger. I can't see it and then I can, so maybe it'll be fine. But anyways, what was I going to say to you? So we used to have a chocolate chip ink pad, it was called, and we got a Hershey's Kiss stamp set. And honestly, the Hershey Kiss must have been just about this big. Like it was just about the whole size of a card. And it was like the silver foil. So of course it was a complete natural to I mean, it's sort of how we probably ended up selling our silver, basically, so nicely. Anyways, silver Hershey Kiss. For whatever reason, the person decided to stamp the dirty ink, the dirty stamp into my chocolate chip ink pad, and the entire ink pad, much like that blue on that yellow that I just did, was like a perfect Hershey's Kiss in the middle of my chocolate. I said. Anyways, you're able to, if you press your paper down, it picks up a whole bunch of the naughty stuff. Or if you use your thing. A lot of times the colors don't actually transfer very much. In that case, the silver didn't transfer so much as there was just always a little bit of a shine. That was kind of okay. All right. So my idea with this card was to work quickly with an idea. and to pull in some rainy day boots, and maybe that we're drinking with the boots, but I'm not sure if it's going to work. I'm not sure that the idea is going to work. Okay, the other idea, now that I have those colors going on, this might work actually though. My pretty yellow is right here still too. And I might do this. I'll need to bring my foam in. I need to bring in this guy and a spritzer. Oh, I came over here for piece of paper. Hi, Joanne. So cutting a piece of paper, not 4.5. Well, maybe 4.5. 3 3/4, I think, by 5 then. And I'm going to stamp, press on here so it's inky. Definitely going to bring in this guy. And I think I'm going to do, I was going to take the lid off there. I'm going to, over my garbage can, I'm going to give just a little bit of spritz so there's lots of water on here. Or a little bit of wet, not a lot. I'll show you. Ooh. Okay. There is a lot. That is more than I wanted. All right. That was too much, so I'm doing it again. Press on there. Maybe with the foam pad it might work. I feel like I just did this the other day, didn't I? I'll bring this guy in here. We'll see. Let's see if this works. It's not bad, but I feel like I need it to be a little bit moist. For people who don't like the word, sorry about that. Okay, so stamping that, and then I want to spray with this. And so, hang on, I'm going to go to the bathroom because I want to really spray from far high. Woo! Okay, there's still a lot, but it seems like it's more even. So I sprayed it twice, probably too much. It's like crazy. I'm going to stamp it straight in the middle here and hope for the best. Ugh. Okay, here we go. Oh, nice. Okay, so that's the difference between doing it kind of dry. The wet then went and smeared. Did you see how it did that? So now it's like a solid blob. Like it a lot. Okay, now I'm going to do a flirty flamingo. Do the same thing. So the water is just nice because otherwise what you end up with is all of those speckles. Can you see? Yeah. So the water, when I press that down, it doesn't move enough. So I'm going to just spray that with a little bit of water as well. One moment, please. So partly I had to fill up my thing. Get it sprayed in here. And in the bathroom, of course, I can overspray like crazy. So it still looks speckly, but it's much wetter, so it's going to smear when it gets pressed down. Watch. It didn't. It wasn't enough wet. Rats. You can see that, can't you? Yes, you can. Let's see what it looks like when I bring it up. Okay, well, we'll go with it. I'll put more on the next one because what I'm thinking I'm going to do is maybe put 3 Rainboots. Maybe I won't have the drinks, but I could put the drinks on here. Ugh, that's too bad. Why didn't that do that? See, I didn't get it wet enough. Boo. It's also very orange, isn't it? And then I'm going to do this one. So what I'm doing when I go away is I'm spraying it so that I can overspray. This one is almost perfect anyways. And I'm getting it all wet and murky. But I can't do that on camera. Truth, I can't even do it over my garbage right here. So now that's really wet and murky. And I'll do that guy here. And he will watch. That'll fill in, I'm sure. Didn't. The yellow did so good, so I must have had so much more. So I used a different water sprayer on these two, and it's totally different. Those are very heavy duty, aren't they? Look how crooked that went. Uh-huh. All right. Let's see, since it's ink. So I don't mind this one. I don't like that one. What was I going to say? Because it's dye ink, if the paper's not wet or it's not wet enough, it literally dyes right where you put it if it's not wet enough. But I'm not liking this, so I'm not, well, okay, it might grow on me. I have a girlfriend that'd be like, it's going to be perfect. This color's not working per se. You guys are like, what in heck is that? I agree. What in heck is that? It's rainy days and rain boots. Okay, what I also need is I'm going to put the watering can in here as well. So we're having drinks after we've been weeding because it's been raining all day. I don't know. I'm going to stamp him as well. I think I have to do another background. I don't think I can use the pretty flamingo, flirty flamingo. I think it's too much. I am going to stamp him in a blue. Oh, you know what would be beautiful? Lost Lagoon or Coastal Cabana. I'm going to do Lost Lagoon. No, I'm going to do Coastal Cabana, actually, just as I reach for it, because it almost seems like that'd be the right color to do. So I will stamp him. So I'm working with Rainy Boots. What is it called? Flowering Rain Boots. It's an older stamp set. I welcome you to share your examples over on Creativity for Everyone with your older Stampin' Up! Sets. We've bought them. We love them. I think we may as well share inspiration with one another. We are busy traipsing around the world right now. And oh, look how beautiful that turned out. And yeah, you can join us. Come in August. You can join us and enjoy the inspiration of the community as well as destination inspired places. I see Keisha's on here now. Did you see that I posted finally our next destination? We landed in our next spot. Summer is crazy. We actually have stepped up the community. Instead of slacking off in the summertime, we actually stepped up the community with a little bit of staycations, craftcations I'm calling them. And so much inspiration that I think the people were feeling just a little tiny bit overwhelmed. So we slowed down our pace a little tiny bit. We're going to stay overnight a couple different places longer than running every day. But yeah, we were having some fun. We were to a ballet theater, not a ballet, but a national theater, and inspiration with that. We went to a butterfly farm, of course. So much fun. Okay, so I don't know if you saw my little sneaky. To get that open, I just literally cut right through the picture, because when we come in to secure this down, it just gets secured back down, and very seldom do you actually see where it gets cut. So, my friends, this will dry not bad. I'll set this aside, but I don't want to use it right now. It's not working for me. So I will grab another piece of paper, same as the other, a little bit faster, a little bit paler. And what is this piece? It might even be perfect. 3 3/4 by 5. Perfect. Now, do I sort of like the idea of this? Will I try it one more time? I don't have that color there. Can we have the, is this just too crazy, or will it work? We're busy working. Yeah, the background doesn't work anyway, so we won't do that again. I'll try that another day. Okay. I feel like the size and somehow or another I want it to sort of be like the drinks are up front and the gardening's at the back. But I feel like I'd need to use a different gardening set to convey that. These two, I think I always found these two difficult to work with at the same time anyways, right? Because they're not, well, they might be this right size, but there's no way drinks fit in here. I don't think this world fits here, does it? Maybe we'd do this instead. Oh, and then we could have a drink up front. You guys are like, what are you doing, Lori? Being crazy. It's just paper play. That, talk about a monochromatic card. Haha. And then some words. Oh, yeah. These are a few of my favorite things. When the rain flies. Okay. So I wonder, I don't have the right color. Okay, I could put this in just to see what the Rainboots would look like in here, because that's what I was starting with. But I feel like they get covered up too fast and it's hard to see what that is. So this actually turns out, if I did them in this color, what that would be like is what I was wondering. I kind of like that. Okay, what on earth will we write as words for this? Let's see. Oh, I think that's going to fall. Hang on a second. Rain or shine, I'm here for you. Our friendship is naturally beautiful. Live life in full bloom. I like that. That's the words, hey? Every storm that comes also ends. It's a nice sentiment. You know what? Always Stampin' Up! Has these wonderful little extras, and I'm thinking kinda that this might be actually kind of fun to have the little rake. Now I feel like I was going to say I should have one of those cut. Sometimes what I do is I cut, like I've got little extra packets from a different project, and I could use them as well. But this little guy, that's the only problem, is sometimes he's the opposite side of the way I want him, but that might be kind of pretty. I feel like I'd want him in a different color, but for right now, we'll go with that. Obviously we're going monochromatic in a way. I don't think we want the packet seeds, but I could almost tuck in and have a whole little collage going on here with the packet seeds too. Okay. What does this say? Not rain or shine. Live life in full bloom. Sorry about my arm being in there. And I think I could almost do it flat, but I feel like it's going to need to come up onto something. I'm going to try and stamp it just like that. I'm going to stamp it in the color and go from there. In the color, in the Coastal Cabana. Coastal Cabana, music and laughter is all that we're after at the Coastal Cabana. All right. Ooh, I think I went a little crookey-eyed. Nice. Actually, I think that's going to look nice. And then I'll need a little bit of foam. Some dimensionals for this guy, for sure. At least on his bottom part. What do I have? A few diamonds. I was going to say, I think that's stuck on my finger after all. Flip over, flip over. Hi, Debbie. How are you doing? Oh, there we go. Look at this crazy combination of things. That's cute. Okay, I'm going to run and grab a bit of Coastal Cabana background paper and then do we want Coastal Cabana just as a liner and then it on white card maybe? Or, wait, I even have a yellow, hang on. Oh, that's not yellow, but I feel like that is, what do you call that? Okay, Coastal Cabana, Lori. Bring that over. This is fuller, yes it is. I'm gonna do this one 4 by 5 1/4. Card base. And then I also want to try it on, where's my yellow? Come on, baby. Lemon lolly. The Coastal Cabana is very dark looking today. It almost looks like summer splash. I was gonna say summer sun. That's an old yellow color of ours. So I'm kind of sad because I don't, oh there, hi Carissa. I was gonna say I don't see comments, but in this case, oh, that might have been a good idea. Hi Sharon. All right, just was checking if people were, it totally looks like summer sun instead of Coastal Cabana to me in the ink, but all right, that looks nice. And then carefully bring this up. And I can either put it on a white card, which I think looks nice and clean. It's kind of a funny, but it's just all of the favorite things, right? I like that. And, oh, let's try it onto this background because it might look really nice on this background too. What do you think? On the yellow or on the white? Yellow or white? There's no wrong answer. I'm not sure. Kind of like it on the yellow. I kind of think I like it better on the white. I don't think I want it on a piece of yellow. I think the blue is better for that, but I can try one thing here. If we pretend, oh, yeah, I don't think that's enough. No, okay. All right, I'm going to put it on the white. I feel like there's so much white on here. I kind of feel like that's better. White, thanks, Carissa. All right, then that is that. A simple card with pieces that were laying around, a little bit of fiddling around, a whole lot of actually fiddling around. If you're watching from the beginning, you'll be like, how did you come to that? That's crazy, Lori. What will the next one be? I don't know. Maybe we'll pair those two together. Maybe even those two. All right, gals, I'll let you go. How crazy. Thanks for the hearts. I like that. That's sweet. Mixing and matching your cards is a good idea. Your stamp sets. Playing with what you've collected through the years. You've curated those little suckers. Play with them, you guys. If you do create something cool and silly for a rainy day evening, please make sure you post it over on Creativity for Everyone. I'll lead the way. Put it as a brand new post so you get all the comments and love yourself. But I'll put this one together and I'll post it over onto Creativity for Everyone and invite you to do the same. All right, I will see you again tomorrow night live at 8. It'll be great. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.